some real good like financial breakthroughs yesterday. So I'm gonna share with y'all today.
Oh, wow, that's good news. I love to hear that. Awesome. Hey, Kevin, I see you're on the call, bro. How are you?
I'm good, man. I feel a little bit shitty, but I'm hanging in there. I'm here in the spirit.
Oh, that's good. That's good. You're a beast, man. You're an absolute beast. Um, this bad feeling that you're going to go in and out of feeling, you'll be through it in a minute, bro. It takes about a week to really get through it. Well, let me take that back. It depends on your diet beforehand. So if the diet was bad, you may have to go a little bit longer, but who knows? Just hang in there.
Yep, I got this. We all do. But that's kind of how it is with the first with everything in life. The first part of anything, any challenge is the hardest, and then it just gets easier.
That's true. That's true.
Like I'm not gonna lie, and like I don't believe in what they do, but I was in the military and I did serve overseas and stuff, and every time I ended up somewhere new, it was always hardest when I first got there, and then I learned and then
Yeah.
adapted. That's with everything else in life.
No doubt. No doubt. That's our biggest challenge as men and women, as human beings. The human's biggest challenge is eating, is food. We fall for food more than anything else. So it's our biggest trap. I call it the food trap. That's why you have to fast to overcome it. That's what overcoming the world means, overcoming food or eating. And there's no other way. So, shall we get started? I guess so. I guess so. Welcome to day 5, everybody. Congratulations on making it to day 5. Day 5 and feeling alive. I greet you all, I salute you all, I honor you all for being a part of this fast and for being willing to put your flesh on the cross, on the good news cross of air, fire, earth, and water. And I just want to, as usual, I just want to do a little housekeeping and give you a few wisdom keys to go and just to go through the day and to get some feedback as we go. But I always do my rant or my little wisdom first, right? And if you have any comments or questions, just feel free to chime in. Okay. I always tell people before I write anything or before I start speaking that listen, there's so many things that I personally don't know. There's a lot of things that I don't know. But there's about 2 or 3 things that I do know. And I only talk about those 2 or 3. That's it. That's it. I have
Dr. Love, you have to mute yourself, please.
Okay. Thanks, Van. Thank you. And I only talk about those 2 or 3 things. I'm tapped into a network, a very small network, of what I call cutting-edge thinkers and livers. So there's a zillion things I don't know, but the 2 or 3 things that I do know, I'll share with you. Just embrace the wisdom. I wanted to tell you that, again, the first week of fasting is usually the most difficult. We're past day 3, but now we're moving into what we call losing cellular memory. Okay, losing cellular memory. And that entails losing the memory of being so entrenched of the process of digestion. That's what that means. And getting past that barrier of always having to chew and always having to be stimulated from something on the outside. If you do get a deep sense of oral fixation during this process, I got an easy solution. Just get some ice and chew it. Chew the ice. You'll still be in the water fast. Just chew ice. That'll kill that oral fixation. Little ice chips. Okay? Now, I want to talk, so the first week we talked about this, so I won't harp on that. We're doing great. Everybody, I'm going to tell you the number one thing that I love about this group, and why I think everybody on here is a triple stud, maybe even a quadruple stud, is because your attitudes are so great. Your attitude. Kev, you email me probably more than anybody, and you always say, "Daggone Chris, this is tough, but I'm a stud." And you send me a scripture about how you're always going to keep going, and you have a great attitude. All the Claire, her attitude is great. Listen, look here, and I know you went with the garlic. You did something with garlic yesterday or something. But you're a stud. Monique, listen, I appreciate that. Sky, Van, oh man, you got your attitudes, and so many people. So if I don't name your name, that don't mean I'm not loving on you. I don't think of remember you. You guys are real. It's your attitudes that that are real good throughout this great process. It's not a hard process. The only thing hard is, man, we want what's on the other side. So sometimes we become impatient. That's the only thing. This isn't hard. You're not hungry. You're nowhere near being hungry. This is easy. Now, I wanted to talk to you about what the importance of when we break the fast on day 22 and we go through that 7 days of juice to totally honor and build our body back up slowly. The most important thing once you do start eating again is to eat from the tree of life. Okay? Eat life, love, and light. No more death. This is why. Don't get away. Leave processed food alone forever. No more Doritos. Okay? No more potato chips. Leave all that starchy stuff alone. Yeah, I'm vegan, but you're eating potato chips. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm vegan, but I'm tofu'd up. Leave the soy and all that stuff alone. Because if you don't leave it alone and start eating just uncooked fruits, veggies, superfoods, super herbs, all the good stuff, this is what's going to happen. You're going to have to go through this process all over again. Leave the dead animals alone. Yeah, Kevin, no more lamb. No more lamb. Transition off of the dead stuff and just eat from the tree of life. That's uncooked fruits, veggies, seeds, nuts, greens, all the good stuff. That way, once you do complete the fast and going through this baptism that you're going through, you won't have to go through it again. Okay? You're not going to have to do this again. But if you go back and start to keep eating that processed stuff, we're going to have to do this again. Okay. Now, I just also want to talk about, so that's what you do after the fast. And here's the good news. The fast is going to break a lot of that old stuff. So you won't even have the desire to go back. And especially when we start greening up on those 7 days after the 21 days of water, listen, I'm going to give you guys some green juices that you will love and that you will just live by. And you'll have more than enough. And you're going to get a superfood green smoothie recipe that's going to blow you away as well. I'm talking about with real superfoods in it, like chlorella, like maca, like we going to throw some cacao up in that joint, some spirulina, the good stuff. Really making a real smoothie with some young coconut water or the wild coconuts. That's good. Before I want to just take a moment also. It's just sort of encourage you and to exhort you with the Fasting Hall of Fame. I call this the Hall of Fame of Fasters. Okay. Number one, you guys remember the Apostle John. He fasted for 40 days and 40 nights on water on the island of Patmos while he was writing the book of Revelation.
Excuse me, Greg, can you please mute yourself?
Thanks, guys. Thanks. Thank you. Gandhi fasted for 21 days on water. 21 days on water to overthrow British rule in the parliament. Pythagoras fasted for 40 days before his exam at Alexandria. Jesus fasted for 40 days before he launched his ministry. Moses fasted for 40 days to receive the revelations of the commandments and to intercede for his people. Enoch fasted for 40 days to create a city of immortals, very similar to usher in the city of Atlantis, which lifted off of the earth. Okay? It didn't sink underwater. It lifted. They became immortal. That's what 40 means. It means everlasting life or physical immortality. That's a whole nother level. We'll talk about that another time. Solomon, King Solomon, when he built his temple, that's what Solomon means. The word Solomon, S-O-L, it means base or basement, okay? The basement of our body is from our navel to the soles of our feet, okay? That's what S-O-L means. From the navel to the sole of your feet is Sol, S-O-L. Some cultures call it the sun, S-O-L, or basement. O-M means Om, Om. That's the heart chakra. That's what we call the main floor from your navel to your shoulder blades, okay? Your heart chakra, Om, in Solomon. And O-N in the word Solomon, it literally means the brightest light, or the upper room from your shoulder blades on all the way to the top of your head. That's the upper room or the brightest light. That's what Solomon means. That's Solomon's temple. It took 40 days and 40 nights to start to cleanse and build that temple. That's what it means. We're not taught that in Sunday school. We're not taught that nobody teaches that stuff. You'll never know. My people perish for lack of knowledge. And most people just flat out don't have knowledge, or real information, or what we call cutting edge information, or the information that's been kept under lock and key for forever. And unless you get this information, this is what's going to happen. You're going to become sick. You're going to become old. You're going to become ugly. You're going to have to recycle off of this earth and do this whole thing over again. You'll start to do what we call dismembering, and you'll have to remember back in, bring all the members of your body back together and come back. That's how it works. So that's my happy. I don't want to call it a rant because that's not a rant. I'm just giving some free information, some good information, because you guys we're doing this together, and I just feel that you should know what this is, and the meaning of various words, and why fasting is so important, and why water fasting is the only true fast. It's only air and water. When you start juicing, which is great, that's still a level of healing, but it stimulates your central nervous system, and it doesn't go nearly as deep. That's why water fasting is better. So that's it, guys. We'll go Q&A right now. And Monique, if you wanna start, if you wanna launch this, tell us about give us the testimony, please.
Yeah. First of all, I just want to say thank you to Kristopher and Scott, and to everybody in the group who shared, and it's been really, really, really helpful and really inspirational. And I just wanted to share with you guys, because I really honestly feel very connected to each and every one of you. And so I'm going to share stuff with you that I don't usually share with other people. Um, Basically, 5 years ago, I had a daughter, and when I got pregnant, I had to move back home with my parents, with my family. Now, I'm in my 30s, so everybody knows, like, that's not the business. That's not okay. I've been struggling financially, so much so that I've basically been on government assistance on and off for the last 3.5 years. And so this last stretch of time, like this last couple of months, I said, like, I'm done with that. Like, I'm just gonna get off now. I'm a doula, so I work for myself because I was done with 9 to 5s. No job that I want to do is anything that I want to be there sitting at a desk or anything. That's not my desire. I want to work for myself, and being a doula is something that I love to do. So that's what I do. But as anybody who owns business or has started a business, when it's in this thing, it's really, really tough. So but I decided, I was like, if I'm going to trust the universe and trust source to bring to me what it is that I need, I have to be done with this. I have to say that, you know, my help, to quote a scripture, my help comes from the Lord, and I can't, on other outside entities, um, and knowing also and understanding that, God, the Christ is within me, and that I have to, and Christopher was talking about, when he used the term "no more offerings at the temple," I was just like, "Oh my God, I get it, man!" Like it just clicked. I was like, "Yes, no more offerings at the and doing this." So yesterday, I was sharing with y'all, about my situation with body odor, and then I had a client that I needed to go meet. Well, things happen. Wasn't able to even go and meet the client, so I was kind of like panicking, like, "Oh God, I need money. Like, what's going on? Like, I don't have no money coming in right now. Like, what's happening?" And literally out of the blue, like a woman that I've been connected with needed some backup for tonight and for another night. And basically, with that money that I will get in 2 days will make up for the money that I lost on going to sleep. So it was just like, just right there. It was like the universe saying, this is just the beginning, and you know, I'm going to take care of you. Whatever you need, I'm going to take care of you. And just doing this fast and being connected with you, being able to really get down to the real nitty gritty of my and my emotions and all of those crazy things. Um, it was, it's been the only word that I can describe it is just a blessing. This is what a true blessing looks like. This is what true blessing is. And I just want to say, just thank you for, being led to do this and following that unction and following, the God in you for doing this 21-day fast because, you know,
I didn't hear the last part. Did anybody hear the last part? Monique, I heard most
no,
of it.
Yeah, I heard it. She basically was saying thank you for doing this. Um, and I think she said it in the respect of thank you for the God in you for doing this. And that I don't want to go into the whole thing she said, but I guess that was the last part you didn't hear.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. I got it, Scott. Thank you, Monique. That was a heck of a testimony, and I'm glad you shared it because to me, whenever I don't listen to the spirit or to God, if you will, I suffer because I got for whatever reason I got things I'm supposed to do. But sometimes, even if just don't listen sometimes, and you have to suffer. But when I have listened, I've always been blessed with more than enough, especially in the financial area. And what I've learned is that fasting is the secret to break poverty from your life forever. I can give you a lot of personal testimonies with myself, um, or testimonies with people who I know. But everybody who I know who have personally done, not even forget 21 or 40 days. I know a lot of people that have done that and put people through that. Even doing like a 3-day or 7-day, there's always blessing when you start to honor the temple of God. Guys, if we could ever get that, if we can just understand that our bodies is the temple. And whenever you eat or drink anything, you are bringing a free will offering into your temple. You're using your elbow to do so. Okay? The word El means God in Hebrew. B-O-W means to bow. You're bowing and making an offering to God when you bring it up. And it goes down to your bow El, which is elbow backwards. If it's an offering that's holy or receivable, bow El, God will bow back if it's a holy, a good offering. You have to be very careful what you eat and what you drink, guys, especially in this age of Aquarius, in this new age. Some people call it the last days. All that means is that it doesn't mean we're getting ready to just be raptured up to heaven. No, that's goofy. It just means we're leaving an old age and we're in a new age, and the rules have changed. That's all that means. And what you offer up What you eat and drink in your body is critical. The purging, purification, and perfection of the temple of God or your body is the most important thing. The church of God is your body. That's the most important thing. The kingdom of life is your body. Some people call it the Masonic Lodge or the Great Storehouse. That's our bodies, guys. And you know this. You know this. All you have to do is take off your clothes, stand in front of a mirror, and look at yourself. Really look at yourself. And you will know that. And I can go through all the body points and the checkpoints to let you realize that this is it. Whenever one of your members suffers, your whole body suffers. You break a thumb or a finger, you're in misery until it's brought up to speed. Our body is the most important thing. We know that by looking at our predecessors, our mother, her mother, father, our relatives. You want to choose a different path. Any more testimonies or questions or comments?
Yeah, Chris, if you, I really agree with what you're saying. I mean, our bodies are the temple, and I mean, we're all trees. You know what I mean? I mean, like it's fact. What is it? I can't remember the exact percentage, but our DNA is like, you know what I'm saying, like made up of trees, and we're all growing spirits, and yeah, it's a tree of life, and I'm with you there. It's true.
That's real. That's real talk. That's real talk. And like I tell Claire, thank you. And I'm always gonna harp this probably all the time. Listen, since my name is on this 21-day fast, I'm the leader. I'm the one that's. Listen, we doing it my way. I'm gonna give you the information that I know that's gonna help you, benefit you, and that you need. And I know there's probably gonna be some people that may not agree or that read the Facebook post say, "What did you see?" No, I'm only gonna tell you what I know. I always preface this by saying, guys, listen, you talk to Sky, I don't know nothing about techie stuff or internet stuff. She got to do half the stuff that I put on, But the things that I do know, I know, okay? And that's all I'm ever going to talk about. That's all I'm going to talk about. You ain't going to hear me talk about cars. You're not going to hear me talking about what's going on with Beyonce or Jay-Z or all that. I don't know that. I'm not into that world. I admire it, though. You're not going to hear me talk about a whole bunch of stuff. I stick to my small little circle of what I know, and that's what I'm called for. All the other stuff, I don't even care about most of the stuff. I've been on the internet for almost 6 years, and almost all of it has been built up. My page and even my old website is built up by other people, and they show me what to do along the way. I don't know half that stuff. Just ask Scott, and it's great. I just know what I know. Is there anybody else that want to chime in? We're all ears.
Yeah, hi. It's man. How you guys doing?
What's up, man?
Hey, yeah. I just want to once again. I mean, for the next 21 days and the rest of my life, I'm gonna be thanking you, man, for uh,
That's you.
being the light. Yeah, I mean, you are a light. You're a light, man. Because the minute I saw you, I knew that I had to check out the video because you can't check out every video on Don't Have a Life. But I went, I followed Sky Juice, and she was another one. The minute I saw her, I knew there was something there. So I friended her, and then she had your video on her site, and I just knew. I just knew. I saw your face, and I said, wait a minute, okay, let me see what this guy's talking about. And the minute I heard you talk and mention this fast, it's like something went down my spine. Like I knew that this was the time to take forth in this fast. It's like I always say it's like the rejuvenation, the regeneration, the resuscitation, and the rebirth of the me, myself, and I. And that's what this is. That's exactly what's happening. I feel like I'm being reborn. And I just want to thank you, Sky, and the group for the support. And that. I don't know what else to say. I can't say it any other way. I just appreciate it. I appreciate it. I feel so regenerated. I feel like after this, on the other side of this is my incredible Hulk. And I'm just going to rebuild my body with the right juices and foods like you recommend. And I'll see you next year in Thailand.
doubt.
That would
Hey,
be
I
immediately.
second that,
hey,
man. Yeah, yeah. Bali.
I, I have to do that too.
thank, thank you so much. Hey guys, thank you guys so much. And I'm telling you, I feel the same way, man. First of all, thank you so much. That's number one. And let me tell you something, man. You are being reborn. That's what it means to be born again. There's no other way. So sometimes when you hear certain people with certain religious denominations, be it Christianity or whatever, they say, yeah, I'm a born again Christian. But they've never fasted or they've never gone through the process to be born again. You have to be born again in the flesh. If you're just born again in the spirit, you won't. It's not good enough. You have to enlighten your flesh because you won't be whole, WHOLE, or holy. You know what I'm saying? There's two sides to it. You got to be born again, and that comes through water and air, water and air. So, Van, you're my God, man. I got a lot of love for you. I got a lot of admiration for you. You a stud, baby, and we're gonna do this. So, and hey, I always tell
Thank
you,
you
I've been
for
telling
that.
people this for 6 years. Oh, no doubt, no doubt. I've been telling people for this for 6 years. People say, Chris, you're so cocky. But it's the truth. I write the illest post in all of social media. There's none higher. I've said this for 6 years, and this is me. This is the humble Chris Sanders. It just is. Um, and and just by reading. Um, and I'm honored to be with you guys, just to share this and to get you.
I
I
want
get
to share.
Go ahead, Scott.
Well, what was I thinking now? A couple of questions, if I can bring them back. In terms of how I've been feeling, like yesterday, I just felt so weak. I'm not sure if I have that virus that I was telling you about because today I feel great. Um, but I was wondering if anyone is having any body aches, like physical, like your back is hurting, your arms, like your muscles, anyone having any type of muscular skeletal joint pains while the last few days. That's what I want to know.
Can I just step in there and say, yeah, to be honest, I'm feeling a little bit like, I don't know whether it's like, the fact that I'm going through this process, you know what I mean? I've got to, take on that. But yeah, I mean, coming back from PR, I'm thinking it could be something that I might, you can't get rid of the chicken, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. The chikungunya is like an issue. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm sensing whether it's that or it's this. I can't put my finger on it. I think I'm getting a little bit of aching within the joints. I don't think it's a. I think I'm okay, but yeah, I take it that, and that's hence going back to what you're saying, Chris, about the garlic. Yeah, I had to admit that one day because I was like, I'm not breaking this fast whatsoever. And I spoke to a friend of mine, a mutual friend, and I just said, no, for real. And I said, okay, I really don't want to do this, but she recommended to me, she said, please, as a prevention, what are you going to do? And that's what, I was thinking. I was thinking, well, that's the idea. Of course, it's to prevent. So, yeah, anyway, I just want to say that. Yeah.
Thank you, Claire. Did anybody else want to respond to Sky with regard to? And I'll get back to the garlic thing. Anybody else want to respond to Sky with regards to aches and pains?
Yeah, Chris, it's Greg here. Oh, sorry, carry on, Matt.
Just quickly, I already shared. I just want to say that this is the first time in about 2 or 3 years that I didn't experience any joint pain. The first time. So I just wanted to share that.
Thanks, man. Thank you. That's good. Greg, are you there, baby?
Yeah, I'm here, Chris. How are you guys doing? You all well?
Yeah, absolutely. Good to hear you. Go for it.
My back today, dude, is my lower back. I'm feeling that it's a little bit tight, and I'm keeping my posture as straight as I can. But I'm feeling that my whole skeletal structure is realigning itself now. my energy level also way up there. I can't believe that I thought I'd be passing out on day 3 and 4, but the reverse seems to be happening. I'm getting stronger and more awake than I've ever been. Um, frightening in a way that you can feel this good just on water. Um, back, it is starting to, my body does seem to almost be realigning itself. My posture, my positioning, whenever I get up to sit, to move, just to make sure I'm keeping my skeleton straight, my alignment, mentally, how I'm moving. I feel like I'm floating, pretty much like a butterfly. It's great. I'm feeling really, really good today. My senses are unbelievable. My senses are sense of smell. This morning when I woke up, street I'm in the city centre, cafes and restaurants. There's a lot of aromas coming down the street vendors, and they're just blast me. But I'm able to control it, and then I go for my water. And I think that because I'm part of the group, and with all of you guys being there, and I know what we're all going through the same thing, it encouraged me to say, well, when I walk down the street and I see people eating without appreciating what they're eating, it sort of makes me think that you just see people filling their mouths and on the phones without thinking what they're doing, and they're just to me it's been an awakening, this whole experience, and I'm grateful to you, to Sky and the team here, for this opportunity to be involved. Really, really thank you. And as I say, my lower back is starting to ache today. Aches in my back, but I don't think it's anything I need to worry about. I think as long as I keep myself right and straight, aware of my posture, sit and stand, I'll be okay. Looking forward to the weekend and getting to day 7. Sure. What you said about the elbow and the bowel, and that just also so big time. I can feel my soul. Something's happening inside the group. I don't know if you can hear it. Just thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Greta. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I appreciate that for everything that you just said with regard to how your energy is right now, and the whole process, and how you're like, man, I just been drinking water. Why is my energy? Why am I becoming stronger and feeling better? And let me just say this. I'm gonna tell you something. I cannot wait till we get to like around day 14, 15, 16, and beyond, because I'm telling you the truth, guys. The energy on this call is going to be so high, and the joy in your voices is going to be so real, and the blessings that come. And because fasting means to make stronger, to make whole again. We're all broken on some level, and the only way to become whole again is through a process of water and air. And so I'm excited about what's to come, during this process. And that's my anxiety. Man, I can't wait till we get into double digits on this thing, because the energy on the call is going to go through the joy, the group. I mean, we're gonna really bond through this process. When I did, so those are the things that I look forward to.
Well, if I'm going to feel stronger, Chris, in 14 days, I'm going all the way, because I feel incredible today. And if you're saying we're going to just get stronger and stronger as we go through this process, then I'm with you all the way, buddy.
Yeah. Great.
I want to be fearful. I'm almost anxious about what's going to happen. You almost say, well, how long can you do this for? Mine's like saying, almost, what should I be eating? But the way I'm saying, I'm feeling so good, I'm going to just keep going. Like you said, it will be better. It will get stronger, and I can feel that's how my body is feeling. And
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah. Greg, that's great. That's real talk. And I'm going to tell you something, guys. We're just doing 21 days on water, but let me tell you something. The best schools, the mission school, the ancient schools, the students, in order for them to become students, they have to fast for 40 days and 40 nights on nothing but water before you can even be a student. Forget being a master or just to get in, you have to fast for 40 days. So we're doing half what we're doing. So this is like easy. This is a small price to pay. Very small. And the rewards are going to be so phenomenal. Is there anybody new or anybody new want to add anything? Who hasn't maybe spoken? Who's been lurking in the shadows but hasn't said anything? Who's on the call that just been here but you don't say anything? Anybody? Are there any brave souls that want to take the mic?
Good morning, Christopher. That would be me, Natasha.
What's up, Natasha? This is people to be there. Hi.
Hi. I do share in the chat. Yeah, and I like to listen to what everyone experiences, and I get everyone is like in a different place in their own journey. And what I had posted in the chat was that I'm really looking forward to, when this is over, to start doing 5K and 10K runs again, because I stopped doing that, and I really love running, right?
Yes.
But it was because of the amount of weight I'm carrying, it was hard on my knees, so I stopped. And since Sky posted a question in the group this morning, like, has anyone checked their weight so far? And like, I checked my weight, and since the top of last week, like, I'm down 18 pounds, which for me is amazing, because a couple years ago, when I went on like a serious weight loss change and challenge, I lost 50 pounds. And right now I'm at the exact spot where I was when I stopped doing what I knew to do. And I see that this is like a breakthrough point for me. Like, I could stay here and be comfortable, or I could just continue and say, what would it be like if? And not if like in I can't do it, but like, what would it be like, to really have that which I've always dreamed about, like have it be a reality. So this is it's just been really enlightening for me. Yeah.
First of all, thank you so much, Natasha, for that. For that.
I wanted to ask another question. Vera, she doesn't have a microphone, and she's on the chat, like the chat where you write in, and she was asking that what's the science behind 40 days? So originally you said 3 cycles of 7 is 21, and as we know, 40 is not a cycle of 7. So what's the breakdown on that?
That's good, and I'm so glad you asked that question. I rarely talk about this, but this is like my main, because I'm writing a book about this with some guys. The number 40 is represented by the Roman numeral XL, which means to excel. Okay? It literally means to overcome death and dismemberment. That's what the number 40 represents and what it means. The reason, now, when people put themselves on water for 40 days, the purpose of doing the 40 days, and why you say, well, why does it have to be 40 days? Because it represents the 5th cycle of the number 4 at 9 degrees apart, okay? Represented by the most precious number of 13. And this is how that works. The first cycle of 4 is the number 4. Now, the second cycle of 4 by 9 degrees is the number 13. And then you take another 9 degrees, and that's going to bring you to the master builder, which is the number 22. Then you take another 9 degrees. That'll take you to 31, which is 13 backwards. And the last cycle, that fifth cycle of 4 at a 9-degree point, will get you to 40. And that's why the number 40 is that it means perfection. Those are those 5 numbers, the 4, 13, 22, 31, and then ultimately the number 40 are the numbers of perfection. That's the cycle you have to roll through. That's why when it rained on the earth or in our body to get all the evils out, that's why it takes 40 days and 40 nights. The number 40 is a perfect corollary to the number 13. It's a perfect number, and I'll break that down at some other point. But that's why I can go on and on. That's why they have to do the when you look at the number 40, in order to overcome being recycled out of here from a physical, to enter into everlasting life or physical immortality, you have to go through 7 cycles of 40 days, which is 280 days total. And normally they are spaced a year apart. So you do a 40-day fast, you eat from the tree of life for that remainder of the year, and then you do another 40 days until you get to 740, until bring you up to the 28. And so that's pretty much the sign. I can go deeper, but I don't want to take too much time, but that's what it is. The number 40 represents overcoming death and dismemberment. If you don't tap into it, here's the consequences for not tapping into it, being open. You're going to dismember. Your body is going, your members, your hands, your feet, your legs, and everything is going to dismember. And that's a painful, long, ugly process that we see almost everybody on this planet go through, except the few who got and used this information. If you dismember, you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to go through that process of remembering or bringing all the members back together when some woman and some man plants a seed into the vaginal canal of a woman. You'll have a shot at remembering and coming back here. And this process, you on this call, whether you want to admit it or not, you guys know that you've been here. You're old souls. You've been here before. You have an inkling that you've been here. And guess what? If you dismember, you'll have to come back and do it all over again until you want to stop that cycle. And the way to stop that cycle, the gate to stop that cycle, is through the 40-day fast. Because that's going to allow you to uptake more hydrogen or stardust, which doesn't age or anything, which means water maker, and you can get off of uptaking the predominantly oxygen, which means acid maker. Okay? That's the purpose of the 40-day, because it strips through those veils. So while everybody around you is uptaking oxygen, you'll be uptaking hydrogen. You'll be uptaking stardust, so that you don't acidify and have to recycle. So no matter how great your diet is, and having a great diet is very important, it's not the key. Although it's a master key, it ain't the key. It's going through that process of 40 days and stripping through the veils and the mystery of our bodies. That's the key. That's one of the 2 or 3 things that I do know out of the zillion that I don't know, that I always purpose. But you guys I think I'm a know-it-all. I'm just telling you what I know. So that's it. Now, Sky, did Vera, I know, can she hear me? Can Vera hear me right now?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, Vera can hear me too. Just on the.
Yeah, she can hear. She can hear. She just can't.
She just can't talk. Okay, well, because I want to just be clear that that's why we have to go through 40, and I hope you got the the degrees and how you have to go through 5 cycles of 4 at 9 degrees. And if you look at the number 4, it all or 13, it's all in 4s. So that's in 4 plus 9 is 13, and that's why that number 13 is so precious, and that's why they've tried to demonize it, the powers that be, and don't really want people to tap into the number 13. Okay, You got to remember, there were 13 people at the Last Supper. Always remember that. You have 13 planets. The Earth represents the third planet from the sun. We're the third rock from the sun. The word planet means wandering rock. The word plant means wandering seed. All information comes from plants. All information comes from plants. Plant energy, you're missing out on a lot of real information, the best information. Okay? You can't get everything through a book. You have to tap into it. And the only way those things activate them, is you have to eat these things and clear out all the old stuff. So we have a lot of unlearning to do and relearning to do, because most of the stuff that people, we're in the information age, but most people are tapped into the wrong information. Most people are tapped into Justin Bieber, the Super Bowl, who's winning the World Series. Oh, LeBron's coming back to Cleveland. And all that stuff don't make, who cares? God bless him, I love you, but he's making 10, 20 million. Who cares? How is that helping us at all? So we got to sort of get out of that celebrity idolatry trap or the entertainment trap. Those are traps. I mean, I'm not God bless you, but that information ain't what you really need, You don't need to know that Kanye and Kim Kardashian just had a baby or whatever. That stuff don't matter. It can't help us at all. This is the information that we need, the information about the deforestation that's happening in the rainforest, or why you really don't want to eat animals, because eating animals will come back on you like you can't believe. Just a whole bunch of things. But that's the stuff that we don't tap into. Okay? So now is the time. I mentioned yesterday in the post real quick about the coming, and you guys have to tap into this. There's going to be a blood moon on October the 8th. The full moon, the last one was the 15th of April. And I was in the desert, man, and I saw that blood moon. Well, there's going to be a blood moon on October the 8th, where the moon is going to appear blood red, and then it's going to turn back to silver. Well, what that means is that that's a warning, and it's a call. It's a warning that some things are getting ready to go down on the earth. Prepare. The call is it's time to purify your temple so that you can avoid all the drama. You can avoid all the pain and the pestilence that you're going to see other people have to deal with. The only way you get out of that is through a process of sanctification, or setting yourself apart from the world. And the only way you do that is by purifying your temple. And after you finish this, you have to get off of processed food. You can't go back to eating mashed potatoes, potato chips, and other starches and all the other stuff that we eat. You gotta eat live food. You gotta eat the food that nature, your mother, Gaia, put here in that state. If you want to stay out of the world, that's how you keep yourself out of the world, by eating from the tree of life as much as you can. Okay. This fast is going to break a lot of that old stuff out of your temple, so you won't even desire it. Stay out of the world. The way you stay out of the world is purification and then eating from the tree of life exclusively. Okay, so you won't have to go through this again, and it won't be as hard when you do go through it again. That's how you stay out of the world, and that's the truth. Is any other questions or more insight about the 40 days? Because the 40 days, that's why I get excited about 40 days. Because I know that's where you really 21 days will get you out of poverty. 40 days will overcome the world. That's the price. Those are like the divine prices. 21 days on water, that takes the poverty right out of you. 40 days will get you out of death and dismemberment. But you have to go through that process more than once. Because you're not only doing it for yourself, you're overcome your genealogy, and if you continue to go on, you'll be able to go right back into your original archetypical blueprint. And that's what that is. That's what that is. The good news, here's the good news. You guys, listen, you're very blessed. You know why? Because you got somebody who's on the inside who's going to give you all the information. I'm going to give you all the information, everything that I know that can help, that I know about living temple work in the body and what really goes on, especially, with regard to fasting.
I have a question. You talk a lot about You range from biblical information to scientific information, numbers and words meaning other things, etc., etc. Where is this information coming from?
Good question. Good question. I've been this for some times. I'm a spiritual hybrid. What that means is that I got both sides of the equation. I know and understand the church world and that in the Bible world because I was in it for so many years. I know and understand the science world and the raw food world because I was in it for so many years. I'm a hybrid. I got both the mother, the earth, and the father of lights, which is the sun, and the metaphysics. And you know, so I got all of this information has come through my own experiences in the desert for 2.5 years, and just my own personal downloads from doing so many fasts out literally in the desert amongst serpents, scorpions, and any other everything you can imagine out there. And from being tapped into people who are uncommon and getting the information that they got. You know, the many years of, reading and working with David Wolf, and Don Tolman, Rob Thompson, these guys. Some people were into the raw, some people were into the, and so that's what it is. I'm a spiritual hybrid, so I can relate to all these guys. So sometimes it may seem like, oh man, he's going with the Bible, or he's going, he's metaphysics today, or he's science, or he's totally raw, or he's back into the fasting. That's because I'm a hybrid. I got all of those things. I respect all those things. And the one truth that all those things lead to is the baptism that you have to go through. The baptism is simply the fasting labors. And that's what we're doing right now. People are going to have to embrace fasting and then eating only from the tree of life, which is the raw food message, and getting into the blood of juices. Some people call it the blood of Jesus. And that's what it is. And that's why immortals like Jesus came here. They came here to give us the knowledge, to bring back the law that's been under that poison tried to destroy. Jesus came so that he could give us, that we could have the knowledge, so that we could be like him, that we don't have to recycle anymore, and we can get out of pain and sickness. We don't have to be empowered and oppressed by people who are wicked. So that's what that is. I'm a hybrid. I am a spiritual hybrid. That's why I can go back and forth. And I'm comfortable in either one. The word I really like to spend the most time in, obviously, I'm raw foodie at heart. I'm raw foodie at heart. But, I love all of them. That was a good question. And I'm glad you asked me. Good question. I'm a hybrid. I am a hybrid. You ever see the movie Underworld? Let me real quick. Anybody ever see Underworld? In that movie, there were lichens and there were vampires, right? Well, there was a guy called Michael. He was known as a hybrid. He was half lichen and half vampire, more powerful than both. I'm a hybrid. I got all of this stuff in me. I'm not just saying the same thing about me. The last thing I want to do is exalt me, but I'm a hybrid. Any other questions? Anybody? The floor is yours.
Hey, Chris. Oh, hey, Chris. I totally agree with that. Yeah, I had seen that movie, Underworld. That's a really interesting movie, and the concept behind it, just what it is, But I forgot what I was going to say about that. Yeah, the lichens and the what was it? The vampires, right?
Yes.
And I know what you're saying about the hybrid sense, because in that concept of what you're talking about spiritually, I mean, not just even that. I really feel that we all got that split between us, within us. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like we're pure, right? But we all have I would say that we all have a little bit of a dark side and a light side. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. It's like I guess like a yin and a yang, if you want to say it like that. You know what I mean? Like the masculine, the feminine. We all got it within us as one being. That's what I'm saying. That's what I think. And, what do you mean? What do you think by that? What are your thoughts on that?
That's a good question, Claire. And of course, you know what? Of course you do. Especially you know, the yin and yang as far as male and female. How, you know, male, we have some female in us, and females have, yeah, absolutely. Totally agree. And Claire, by the way, real quick, in regards to the garlic, listen, no more advice from the outside, your outside source garlic.
Sorry, Chris, you're breaking up a little bit there. Can you say that again, please?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me better now? Can you hear me better? I was going to say,
Yeah.
don't
Yes,
take
I
any more
can.
advice from people who ain't doing it. No, I'm just
So
playing. I
what
said,
now?
don't take any more advice from people who ain't doing it. Don't take any more advice from people who ain't doing it. No more garlic.
That's it. That's true. Yeah, I believe that.
To you. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. I'm just giving you a hard time. Are there any more thoughts?
Ah, that's cool. That's cool. True, true, true.
Dan, do you have any thoughts, sir, or anybody else? No? Hey, guys, again, I just want to say we're doing good. We're doing great, actually. We're on day 5. Yeah, I want to ask you, who is this young lady right here with the red blouse and the great hair? Who? Your picture keeps coming. Can you hear me? You got,
Red blouse.
yeah, red or orange blouse with the hair.
Megan.
Is that Megan?
Yeah, Megan, yeah. Yes.
Okay. Is she hooked up? Can she hear? Yes, you, with the glasses. Yeah. What's up, man? Huh? Hey, I don't put you on the spot. I like getting everybody
I
involved.
don't hear anything.
I don't either. So don't even, if you don't, you don't have to say anything.
It always looks like her picture frozen. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Well, guys, listen, if there's no other thoughts or any other comments, we can wrap it up. Did you guys get something from what I shared earlier with regard to the 40 days, everything?
Yeah, I understand it completely now about what the meaning of 40, and I'm really hoping to be there with you next year in Indonesia for that 40-day fast.
Hey, Kev, that's awesome, bro. That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, this is Natasha. Yeah, I got a lot out of that 40. It really kind of put a lot of things together that I had separate and have been thinking about for quite some time. And you just kind of like wrapped it all up in one nice package. So thanks.
Hey, Natasha, you're so welcome. And I want to add something. And with regard to your running, I'm a big lover of running. I've had the opportunity. I've ran 7 full marathons, 26.2-mile marathons, and I normally finish usually around 3 hours, 30 minutes or faster. I did a 100-mile race, foot race, and a 50-miler, and I can't tell you how many half marathons. So I'm with you on running, and the key to running is definitely being light and diet style. Very important. So I'm with you.
Definitely, definitely.
Um,
Thank you.
do you mind if we all maybe discuss and talk on that topic of what was we stepped up with originally about the spirituality concept, what Sky was saying as well in relation to you, Chris, and everyone involved here. What is everyone's take on the spiritual aspect, if there is an aspect as such anyway, on this within the group? Within this fast and lack thereof, any what is your take, every one of you, like what's your feeling, what's like going deep within, you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm trying to say about the spiritual? I don't know, maybe Kevin's got something to say about that, or anybody, Do you know what I mean?
One second.
Good question, Claire. Good question. I'll let somebody else answer. All right.
I have like understand what Christopher was saying about it. I felt like that like my whole life. When it comes to time as a Muslim, I've been Christian, I've been, I think that's led me here where I am now into the understanding of um, spirit is real and there is every, and but it's about like Christopher was saying, making that there is no synagogue or church that make you pure that yourself within yourself. So for me, that's the spiritual significance of this.
Hey, I'm back. Sorry, back. And I heard my name. And what was the question?
The question was like, what do you think the spiritual impact of fasting? How is your spiritual side really relating to this fast? What's your take on the just from a spiritual dynamic?
Well, honestly,
Well, I mean, yeah, sorry.
oh, what else? Yeah. Okay. Um, honestly, before I ran into your video, like I've always been like I am very spiritual, and I've been praying, like I've been coming to the realization that yes, I probably have been here for very very long, and I am getting very very tired of it, and I have been praying to get me out of here as soon as possible. I'm not playing. I am tired of this fleshly world and the evils that are in it. I'm tired. So I've been praying a lot. Show me a sign. Get me out of here. I am willing to do your will. I am surrendering to your will. Get me out of here. And then out of nowhere, I see this video, and then I've always believed seven as the number of God, and then 77721. It all just like makes sense to me that this is no accident. And I don't know if anybody else has been asking for this, but I have been asking for this, and I received. What's up, man?
Me too, buddy. Me too.
Great. Yeah, that's real talk.
I mean, I've been feeling like the prodigal son, always coming back, and I've had a point in my life where I just want to now. I want to say I need to make a change, and I've been also just so fed up with the way it all works, and yeah. Also, when I saw your video on Thursday, I just it hit me hard, and I thought, this is what I've been asking. That I've been sending out these prayers, and all of a sudden it's here. It's incredible that a month or two ago I was telling a friend of mine, human beings, look at us. We're parasites on the planet. We should be living on water and air. That's all we need. And now, all of a sudden, I put that out there, and now here I am, involved with a fast with a group of people that's almost, it's absolutely mind-blowing for me. And that's what gives me the strength to soldier on and to break through those barriers that you've been telling us about. And everything you've said about what we would experience and what we're going to go through, you've been right. It's exactly like you've said it's going to be. And I'm 100%, 120% behind you and the group. And yeah, just thank you again.
Can I interject one more time?
Thank you, Greg. No, Kev, you can't. You can't, Kev. I'm just like,
All right. Yeah, I also like to put out, as soon as Greg started talking and like what he was saying, I got major goosebumps.
that's
And
real.
the way as you talk, like the way it's seeming is all of us here. Maybe all of us here have been here for a long time, and we are getting tired. Because, like this world, like, honestly, if you think about it, this world, like when you look at the big picture, it sucks. Like it's dying. People are killing each other for money and not saving each other if you don't have the money to pay for it, and that's wrong. That is very wrong, and I am sick of this. This is the type of stuff that I cry about, and I'm not lying. I cry to God all the time, all the time. But I still realize the reason the world is so fucked up is because of free will. God gives you free will. You have the choice to do whatever it is you want. That being said, like yeah, I feel we all are here because we're tired of being here, and maybe Chris, you're here to save us because you already like realize what you got to do, and you're here for us. We all just kind of like got in front of you.
You know, you know what, Kev? First of all, thank you for sharing that. And I'm going to tell you something, Kev. And thank you. We're here, all here to perform, to, I guess, to sort of, you're here to save, you're going to save yourself. And that's what that is. That, we're all going to work out our own salvation through the knowledge so that we can, because you know what? There is no savior. We save ourselves. And through that, the world is saved. When we let our light shine brightly, then we give others permission to let their light shine brightly. We just have to clean up our world. What's our world? Our inner body. Because what's said, as within, so without. So, hey, baby, thank you, Kev. As we go through this process of purification, you will see that the world will become better through your own process of cleansing. And then when you go out, you make disciples. When you make disciples, then they'll do the same thing. That'll make the world better. We are here to make disciples. Meaning, or what I mean, that we become self-disciple by putting ourselves through a process of cleansing, and then we share that with others. So you guys are the disciples.
That's what it
Meaning
looks
that
like, man.
that's what it's supposed to be. And then guess what? At some point, you're going to be doing your own raw food meetings or your own fasting retreats and all that stuff. And those people are, you'll just continue the good news on. You'll continue the good news on. That's why we're here. We're here to go into all the world and make disciples so that we can heal and change the world. And there is no other way. The world is a beautiful place. We just have to clean it up. We have to clean our own world up. And through that, that's how the rest of the world gets impacted. That's what all the scholars, that's what the great men and women of old, Anna, the grandmother of Jesus, who fasted for 40 days to bring her grandson through purify his mama, that's what the purpose is, to go out, to purify ourselves, and then we'll qualify to go and get others, to bring them into the real kingdom, the kingdom of life. And Kev, I'm so excited about you, bro, because what you're going to see and learn for yourself throughout this process is going to be mind-blowing, man. So I exalt you, baby. I think I really am. And when you get
And I also,
send me your cell phone number in my inbox, okay, on Facebook. Will you do that for me?
yeah, I got you. And also, yeah, I do understand. Like, it's true that we are saving ourselves. I just said you because we are in individual bodies right now. But at the same time, you are me. We are the same. There really is no difference. I'm looking into a mirror. We're just in an individual body. That's the only difference. So yeah, we do save ourselves, but it's your individual that's helping us get here to that. So I am, you are me. Same thing.
Oh, that's real. That's real talk. I feel you 100%, man. I feel you 100%. And thank you for that. That's real. And so somebody, because God,
I
somebody
totally agree with. Sorry.
No, go ahead, Claire. I'm listening, baby.
No, go ahead, Chris. Honestly, no, for real.
I totally agree. And yeah, somebody has to bring the information. You have to get the information from someplace, because if you don't get the information, you'll never know. And I'm just, I guess I'm humbled to be used as the tool of God to spread the information, or as what I call it, to spread the good news or the gospel, the gospel, the one and only way. Go for it, Claire.
Well, yeah, I agree with both and everyone what everyone's saying. Like, I mean, it's time, and it's time to speak the forgotten language. I mean, for real, because for so long, and I agree with that, and I agree with what Kevin's saying entirely. It's just like we've been here so many times before, like over and over and over again. And I reckon, like, and everything, and like what Dr. Meekins was saying, I don't know where he stepped to, but the other night, oh, hang on, no, it's Monique, yeah, and what Monique was saying as well about the grounding. I mean, everyone's got their individual concepts, and like what Kevin and you're saying, Chris, and in unison, yeah, we are a reflection of one another, but we are like in unison. It's the same thing. I agree. I totally agree. Yeah.
Uh, Thank you. That's real. That's real talk, baby. Thank you so much, Claire. Is there anybody else before we wrap up the call? Thanks again, Claire.
Bless.
Man, you some shades, man.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you again, Chris. You know, Christopher and the rest of you guys. As far as the spiritual aspect goes, um, I always knew there was more. I always knew, even from a kid. I always felt like there was something that I was missing. I always knew it's not what you see, it's what you don't see. I always got that impression. It was always somebody tapping on my shoulder, but I never really paid attention. But I'm just happy. I feel like on the other side of this fast are the answers. Those are
Yes.
the answers, and we're just beginning. Like most of us here are just beginning. Like Christopher's been doing this for a while. I'm just excited about that 40-day, 7 time thing. I'm ready. I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to do 40 days right now, but I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to
Same
follow
here.
the fast as prescribed, but I
Bring it
can't
on.
wait for the rest of my life to be devoted to being an example for others. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to having lifetime friendships with each and every one of you. So, you now have an adopted brother. He's a grown man, and I now have a whole new family. So if I pop up at your door, don't be alarmed. This is family. All right.
You're
So,
welcome,
and
buddy.
you
You're
all are
welcome.
welcome in my life as well. All
That,
right. That's all I wanted to say.
thank you again.
Likewise. Yeah.
See you guys later.
All right.
See
Take
you,
care. Take
Sky.
care, guys.
See you,
One
Bye bye,
love.
Sky.
Take
guys.
care. Okay, Sky.
Thank you.
Yeah, true. One
Peace.
love. Peace.
See
Peace,
ya.
God.
One love.
Bye.
Dan, you know what? I
One
want to
love.
tell you, bro. We are building a brother and sisterhood. That's what the purpose of this. See, the people who go through this process and get on your same lifestyle, those are your those are your real brothers and sisters. Okay, your blood,
Mm-hmm.
your real family are the people that perform the will of God, or people that go through the process of purification. You're right. And the 40 days, we launched that 40 days in Bali. It's going to be so big. You guys go through this process. Um, you'll get there. You'll be there. You'll be there. I'll make sure you get there. Just make sure you have the passports, and I'll take care of everything else as far as That's real talk. And then after the
Well,
40,
yeah, totally.
yes, I'm excited about climbing Jacob's ladder so that we can get our coveted coat,
Yes.
our coat of many colors. That 49-day process afterwards. And that's real talk. That's real.
Wow.
We're this is
Cool. I mean, I'm up for that. True.
how that works. Thanks again.
Hey, Chris, I was just gonna ask you before we go. Now what was I gonna ask? About the it was something about Bali. The 40-day challenge, and you were talking about the cycles and whatnot. Wow, it's bright there. The cycles within the cycles, and you kind of lost me a little bit there, but going back to Bali, I mean, it's so close to here as well. It's so close to home. So I mean, where is home? So you know what I mean. So yeah, I mean, home is here, right? That's what I'm saying. Spiritually speaking, you know what I mean.
Oh yes.
That's all I was saying. It's true.
I got a,
Mm-hmm.
He has a fasting retreat, first class, and it's set up for everything that
Cool.
we
Yep.
can drink every day from one of the most holiest waterfalls every day, real living water.
Bless.
So that's going to be an experience for everybody. We get to go and soak in the black sands underneath the earth to
Uh-huh.
rebalance our body,
Uh-huh.
and it's just going to be something that's really magical. So
Hey, I also know I have a master, a qigong master that I see. He's a Sifu, he actually does retreats also in Bali. So I wonder, if we could meet up with him as well. I want to check in with him as he's around too. I mean, I'd love to introduce y'all to him. I actually have never been to Bali. Can you believe? It's like next door for here, but I like to go worldwide. But it's all good. Yeah. Anyway. blessings. And oh, that was one last comment to the question over the question, the comment or what you were saying about the people, right? Our families and our chosen families and our, you know what I mean? The two division. Like,
Yes.
I mean, I really have that belief. You know, Kahil Gibran, you know, that quote that he's talking about, you know, about like we choose our families and that sort of thing, and we're born from that,
Yes.
you know, womb. But that's what I wanted to ask you. What's your take or what's your feeling on that to expand from what you're talking about? Do you know what I mean? Like, am I making myself? Yeah.
Real, real quick. Your blood relatives, your blood brothers and sisters, obviously very important. But your true family, those who perform the will of God, are those who go through a process of being born again and live a certain way. Because they're the only ones who've been born again and who are into the truth. Okay, your relatives, they're awesome, and you never want to, you always want to honor that. But most of them will never be. They'll always be in the death side. They won't ever cross over into life. And life is something you have to cross over. You have to enter into it. It's called the narrow gate. Most of your blood, listen, I got 5, 6 brothers and sisters, and none of my relatives do any of this stuff, and I love them to death. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree. It's the same thing.
Yeah, family are those who go through a process and who live on the same path as me. That's who your real relative.
That's real talk. That's true.
Dishonor or disrespect your blood relatives. That's just how That's just what it is. So that's it. We can wrap up the call, guys. This has been a great.
Thank you, guys. This has been wonderful.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Greg. Oh, you're still there. Hey, thanks, Chris. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Guy. Peace. And Vera, I totally agree with what you're saying too.
Yes. Take care, man. You guys are awesome.
Take care. Peace.
See you tomorrow.
Peace.
Bye.
Thanks,
see you tomorrow. Yeah, it's true.
Cheers. Bye.
Take care.
Peace. Peace out.
Peace.
All time.